Well, hello everyone. My name is Christopher Notwalkett. Welcome to the Dirty Nerdy Show. And I would like to introduce you guys to the new co-host. That's right, the new co-host. Now, that doesn't mean that Katie's gone forever and we hate her and she's the worst. No, nothing like that. It just means that we've got a new face on the show and she's going to be helping me with all of the interviews going forward. So with that in mind, you might know her, actually. I'd like to welcome Busy Bee to the team.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey, it's me. It's me.
You.
Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Well, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a fun ride, you guys. And today we have a very special guest. You guys, he's been on the show before. It's been about a year, so we've got a lot to talk about. We've got about a year's worth of content to put in to your ear holes right now, and that's what we're going to do. So welcome to the show, Articulate Design.
Thank you very, very much. And hello, everyone. And honestly, Chris and Raven, it's awesome to be back on the show. And I thoroughly appreciate it. Because, I listen to you guys all the time. And it's great to have you back as well.
Oh,
yay.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. So
Yeah.
This will be fun. This will be really fun.
So we're going to let Raven kick off the interview, pop the interview cherry.
All right. Oh, boy.
Raven's going to start us off, and
All
I'm
right,
very excited.
Yeah, let me just go right ahead and pop my cherry.
Wow.
Okay.
Live on, oh my God.
So, the first question. So when I initially went to your channel, I thought it was really interesting because you seem to do a lot of role plays, and that is kind of taboo in the ASMR community right now, just because a lot of people are doing things that they necessarily shouldn't be uploading to YouTube, and for that reason, a lot of people are getting demonetized. So I was wondering how that affects your channel and your monetization and all that. That's
a really strong first question.
It is.
Right.
I'm a hard hitter.
And the modesty behind it, I love it. I'm kidding. No, it's okay. So I guess first and foremost, I don't actually experience ASMR, which always kind of shocks everyone when I mention it. I experienced ASMR as a kid, so I know what sensation feels like. But when I was a kid, I always got it kind of this ASMR feeling from teachers, from doctors, dentists, people, I guess, kind of explaining things. Excuse me. And as I got older, I don't remember when this feeling, this sensation stopped. I don't remember thinking, hey, what's that vibration? Where's that vibration in my head gone? Why don't I get it anymore? Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I discovered ASMR years and years later that I realized, oh, that's what I was experiencing as a kid. So when I decided to start in content, I guess naturally I wanted to create content that kind of resonated with me. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I was falling asleep to ASMR almost every night, and it was always some kind of role play. So because I don't experience ASMR, trigger videos don't really do anything for me. Like I can't fall asleep listening to someone tap on a phone or something. Mm-hmm. But I could fall asleep listening to somebody talk or pretending to be in a certain scenario or something. I find it really relaxing. So I thought, well, if I want to try ASMR, I should recreate the kind of content that I myself listen to. And to answer the question more specifically, I guess, I think where YouTube is right now, and I guess it might depend on when you're listening to this interview, but where it is right now, I think women especially are in a very, very unfair place with demonetization. I've only had one video, I think, in the last 6 months that was demonetized, and it was for like 2 hours. Then it was instantly remonetized. So for me, I haven't been impacted by it whatsoever. It hasn't had any, and I think it's more to do with the kind of people that are viewing your content. I think that it seems from what I've seen, predominantly females that are being targeted by. I don't know how the flagging system works on YouTube, but I imagine that if a certain percentage of people hit report or kind of claim that the video is inappropriate for kids, YouTube have a look at it and they're being demonetized because of it. So I mean, I don't think the content that male or female that the creator is making is still family friendly. I don't think right now that they should have to be altering their style to suit YouTube's algorithm. I think YouTube needs to change its algorithm to be more accommodating for people that are making wholesome content. I think it's very, very unfair. But I've been very, very fortunate, personally speaking.
That's good. That's wow. Okay, so interesting. I don't know. I just felt like I didn't really think of it that way. In terms of like, I've kind of noticed that girls have a harder time with it, especially. Do you know Grace V? Mm-hmm. She will post onto Instagram like, "Oh, this video demonetized yet again," and it's like a video where she's eating crackers and drinking tea. Like, you know, it's like stuff like that. So, and I saw a lot of GB. She was posting like, please don't demonetize this, even though it says like role play. And it's like, it's crazy. So
yeah, and there's now been a few kind of creators that are deliberately dropping the word role play from the title in hope of kind of remaining monetized. And again, right. They shouldn't have to adapt their style if their style is already family friendly. You know, it shouldn't be so easy to be demonetized just by the title. And the word roleplay in itself just means that you're pretending to be something else. Right. And of course, anything in ASMR where you're a doctor or a dentist or whatever, you are pretending to be somebody else, because none of us are doctors and none of us are dentists. So you are role-playing. So if you don't have the word roleplay, you're then deliberately misleading. I mean, which way does YouTube want it?
Right.
Also, what do you think of the artists that are out there, and you know how they've come up with a new name for ASMR, and they're like relabeling like ASMR videos with like this other label, like I forget what it's called. It's like AC something. I don't know.
Whoa, I didn't know about this.
I haven't seen. I thought AC was air conditioning. Okay.
I've seen like Dove do it.
Oh, that Averick thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still doing that. I think she's maybe kind of, I don't know if it was just Dove or if there was a small kind of pocket of ASMR creators that were trying to change the acronym. And to be fair, the acronym is the most ambiguous thing. Could you imagine saying, okay, I make ASMR videos, and then when somebody says, what is ASMR? You expect an acronym when it's explained to kind of give more detail. What freaking detail does autonomous sensory meridian response give? That doesn't help anyone. It doesn't describe anything.
No.
But unfortunately, I think that we're far too far now to change what the name of ASMR. It's becoming very slowly. It's becoming like not a household name, but I mean, it was on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a bit the kind of boat sailed on that. We can't change it now.
Yeah, I agree.
It used to be kind just of the Whispering community.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the majority, I think the highest viewed videos on YouTube with ASMR don't even have talking in it. So it's not whispering anymore. It's sound oriented. So yeah, I guess the whispering thing had to go too.
So what made you decide to start your channel? Like, you know,
good question.
Do the content that you do.
All right, so cool content. I said I was using ASMR to fall asleep.
Yep.
Too, and it was mostly Ephemeral Rift, the French Whisperer, those kind of people. Obviously, Maria as well. Gentle Whispering. Yeah, that's a given for everyone. And I broke up with my girlfriend and moved back into my own apartment, and I thought, you know what? I feel like giving back to this community that's kind of sent me to sleep for like the last 2 or 3 years. Aww. So I would just try it. And I think the first video I ever released got 30 or 40 views. And to me, this was huge. There was 40 people in the world that was watching me and listening to me and remarkably saying, this is really helpful, thanks. This really calmed me down. I was like, wait, what? Me? I'm actually helping people? Even if it was only 40 people. How many people do you know right now that has helped 40 people in a single day? To me, this was mind-blowing, right? That you've just improved the lives of potentially 40 people. Maybe not all 40 liked it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this was kind of this is so cool. Then I made another video, and then it gets to the point you're helping like 400,000 or 500,000 people, and you're like, is this real? Is this? And I think it's just the most beautiful thing that just do something very simple that doesn't take a lot of time, that it can help even a single person. I think is worthwhile doing. Yeah.
It kind of reminded me. I was having a conversation with someone, and
who is someone, Raven?
It's someone,
Ooh.
And someone who's someone who's known in the community. So I was having a conversation with this person, and I was like, ASMR is such a weirdly but nicely intimate thing. You think of you're just kind of sitting there and you're listening to this person whisper or speak very softly into your ears, and you're falling asleep to them at night. You kind of get the sense that you know them as a friend. And I think that is where a lot of the comfort in ASMR comes from, is because a lot of times I've heard a lot of people who they'll be like, well, I found ASMR when I was really lonely and it really helped me. And so it's like that to me is so powerful because
you've changed someone's life, right?
Yeah.
You've literally had an impact on someone's life.
Mm-hmm. Whether it was intentional or not, it feels great.
Exactly.
I mean, it's amazing. So,
and I think that there's a very clear link between a lot of people that are accessing ASMR and mental health, anxiety, depression. And I think that largely makes the community very wholesome. That if you look at the average kind of comments, with the exclusion of people like ASMR Darling in GB, and even then they keep their comment section very clean. When you kind of explode, you do draw some of like the cretins of YouTube, we'll say.
Yep.
But on an average ASMR channel, look at the comment section and it's completely wholesome. Everyone's being super supportive, super friendly, and super encouraging. And I think that it goes hand in hand. People who are viewing ASMR, not all people, but a lot of people that are viewing ASMR share some kind of commonality. And they kind of bond together. And again, to me, it's such a beautiful thing. It sounds a bit cliche, but I think it's incredible. I think it's one of the unsung miracles of YouTube. It's absolutely awesome.
So so I'm looking at a few questions from your subscribers, and I actually wanted to know this one too, because I think it's a really cool question. This person said, if you could only listen to one ASMR artist for the rest of your life, who would it be and why? It's a good one. You're funny.
This is see, I have something else as well. For anyone that's considering making ASMR, please just go ahead and do it, because it opens up so many opportunities. And as I said, the helping people we've covered, and this is something that you don't really hear spoken about. You can make some really nice money making ASMR. It's like a secondary revenue income that you can give the money to charity. You can buy yourself whatever. You can reinvest in your channel. It's a beautiful thing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of friends in ASMR because I've started ASMR. So to answer a question like this, I'm going to maybe upset some people.
That's okay. All
right. I pick one. Probably, and he doesn't even create content anymore. So my kind of choices are limited. But it's a guy called the French Whisperer ASMR. And for anyone that doesn't know him, and I think he was averaging maybe like 20, 30K views per video, which is still huge, but maybe not.
Yeah. Does he still have his content up?
It's still up, yeah.
Okay.
And actually, he just posted on Reddit a couple of months ago to say that, he hasn't disappeared. He didn't fall off the face of the planet. He just decided he was just too busy in real life to keep creating content.
Okay.
But his content was very educational. He was kind of softly spoken. But you would learn. Like he did a video of nuclear fusion, which sounds like a really weird thing to listen to. But he explains it in a very kind of simplistic manner, like a very kind of layman's terms. And it's very accessible for anybody. And you feel super smart listening to it. Look at me, I'm talking about kind of radiology or whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's for anyone that hasn't checked him out, please just give him a look.
That reminds me of that other girl that's like science is her thing.
Quantum ASMR?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's wicked cool.
Yeah. Quantum's cool. She's crazy.
I don't know. Like, I never thought about, like, the fact that you can actually, like, learn. They say, like, if you're sleeping and you're playing something, you can still hear it. Yeah, exactly. That's super cool. So I'd be curious to do some research on that. That's really cool.
Very interesting to listen to. Perfect cadence, perfect voice. Just seems like a really nice man as well, which is always good.
That's always good. You always want to, at least for me, I always want to feel like the person I listen to go to sleep at night is like an actually good person.
Nice person. They're not killing bunnies like off the camera. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real though.
I can contribute to this.
Oh boy, what do we got here?
I have noticed.
Sex joke incoming.
I have noticed in because I've been doing this for like 2 years. Doing the interviews, like meeting like different people, and I've noticed that like when I don't actually like vibe with the person, or like something happens, I can't watch their stuff anymore.
Really?
I can understand that. Do you know what? This is kind of curious as well. That after I started creating content, and I do occasionally, but I used to sleep to ASMR religiously, like every night. Now I very rarely sleep to it. After I started creating it, like it kind of lost. It's almost like kind of somebody explaining the magic trick sort of thing. You know, it suddenly it loses its luster a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit like that for me, unfortunately.
When you said you had a girlfriend and you broke up with her. So when you were in a relationship, did she know about ASMR? Was she into it, or was it something that she didn't really?
She didn't understand why I was listening to it in the first place.
Okay.
But she liked to go to bed quite early, and I've always been quite a late owl. So, you know, we're together and I'm kind of lying in bed kind of like a wide awake. So that's how I kind of found ASMR. And she wasn't too keen with me creating content, mostly because of some of the attention, I guess, that you get. So, you know, I respected her wishes and understood, so I didn't. But obviously the moment I broke up with her, I was like, time for some ASMR.
It's time. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, that freedom. And you should always have that freedom in a relationship, FYI.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want, like, you know, I would never want to be with somebody who kind of restricts that part of my life.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not, you know, doing anything wrong. I mean, unless you are, then people are going to catch on to that. But
I'm doing all the wrong things. I don't know about y'all, but like
that's all right. We still love you.
So what I'm known for there, Raven.
Exactly. That's your thing. though. That's your thing. People expect it. People know it's coming. So, yeah, I don't know. Here's a interesting question. So, you were talking before our interview about your job and about how you get to travel a lot. So someone asked, you visit a lot of countries due to your job. Which ones did you like the most? So I want to know which countries you've been to. Like,
which one has the
I
best
love
food?
traveling.
That's
All right, so
that's
I can't.
question.
Sorry, sakes.
Which one has the best food?
Ooh,
The best food. Probably Lapland. It's had the best food.
Wow.
I don't want to offend any vegans or vegetarians, so but for me,
Hi.
oh, there you go. Okay, so but some of the meat available in Lapland is absolutely incredible. It's delicious.
Oh, really?
But okay, so I don't want to. I've been very, very fortunate. I've been to a lot of countries.
Cool.
I haven't Asia though yet, so I'm looking forward to kind of going kind of east. But with my work kind of sends me, since March, I've been in Slovakia every other week. I fly usually on a Monday, and I work there until Thursday usually and come home and then spend kind of Friday in the UK office. And yeah, probably Slovakia is a beautiful country. It's a bit like, it reminds me of like a really warm Scotland. It's very green.
Nice.
It rains quite a lot in Slovakia. And I'm very odd. I like rain.
I do too.
Really?
So I feel
Okay.
you. I love it. And when I was in North Carolina this summer, it rained almost every single day, and I was obsessed with it. So
Oh my God,
yeah.
to see this.
Welcome
I
to
totally
summer
get
in the Carolinas.
Yep. Rainy season. Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of greenery you get with a lot of rain is just, it's very, very beautiful. It's and Slovakians as a people are just the nicest people.
Really?
So it's a beautiful country. For anyone that ever wants to go, Slovakia is a beautiful place. Germany. I'm going to Germany actually in September to Whispers Red, in an ASMR kind of spa day.
Oh, that's
in
so
Berlin.
cool.
So yeah, I'm flying there to kind of meet ASMR Zeitgeist and everyone else, and so that'd be really cool.
Oh my
But
gosh, that's awesome.
Germany is amazing. My parents live in Spain, so I'm always in Spain as well.
Okay.
I said Lapland is absolutely incredible. Amsterdam is amazing. I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I
My
really
mom
don't.
used to live in Heidelberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's interesting. Okay, so wait, when you travel, do you take all your ASMR stuff with you, like all your equipment?
No.
Is it hard? Okay.
Fortunately, when I'm working, and it's quite full on, so I'm kind of in the office for like 8-9 hours, come back,
Dang.
get a
Okay.
meal, back to the hotel, sleep, and up and work again. So there
Yeah.
is just no kind of opportunity to create while I'm working. And this is kind of why I try to release a video once a week.
Mm-hmm.
I really try, but sometimes I'm just not in the same country as my microphone.
Right.
So it's very difficult. Like I'll fly home sometimes on a Friday. I usually fly home on Thursday, but if I'm flying home on Friday, I don't get home till like midnight, and then I'm up on Saturday, and I can only really record late at night when everyone's quiet and there's no noise, because I live in a flat. So it's it's challenging. I would love to be able to kind of take the Yeti with me, but again, I always record with a green screen, so I need the lighting that comes with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's quite restrictive, but when I do release content, my subscribers, for one reason or another, seem very, very, very thankful, and it's incredible.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's so cool that you get the chance to travel and also to have like those ASMR people too that you're going to go see. I mean, that's so cool. And it's outside of work, but it's still technically kind of work. I mean, it's your ASMR channel. It's work. But
for anyone that has considered going, or for anyone that doesn't know about it, I said Whispers Red is holding this spa day. And I think there's like 15 predominantly German, some French ASMR creators hosting this kind of spa day where I think there's like 50 or 60 tickets available. You can kind of buy one and they kind of perform like ASMR style treatments on you. So, and obviously all the creators, you get to meet Whispers Red and ASMR Zeitgeist and Paris ASMR. I'm not sure. I think I actually saw somebody tweet about it the other day, so I think there's at least some left.
If tickets are available at the time this comes out, I will put it in the description.
For sure.
Yeah, that would be cool. When is it again?
The 15th of September in Berlin.
15th of September. Oh, okay, gotcha. My parents are getting married that day. So
really?
You'll have to, you'll have to tell me how it is, because I'm really interested. I've always wanted to, so like I said, I'm a vegan, so I've always wanted to kind of go to like the vegan festivals and stuff like that. Now, like ASMR people are starting to do like their kind of own festivals. So I'm like, I love that. I love when people get together and like, I just love the thought of being able to meet somebody who I know from online in real life. Like, that is
such an intense kind of shared interest.
Yeah.
I think, again, it's an amazing thing. And I'm really looking forward to that as well. I've met loads of people from kind of the internet. And I think it's incredible. So I'm really happy, as you said, that ASMR are now beginning to kind of organize these events and also be included in kind of streaming events and kind of game kind of stuff. So, I think, and every year I think this will get bigger and bigger and bigger because ASMR is just, it's expanding so quickly, exponentially though.
It is. Someone asked, what keeps you motivated to make videos since you don't get ASMR? That's a good question.
This is something that kind of hangs on my mind quite a lot actually, because being completely honest and transparent, I don't like recording videos. In fact, I sent out a Snapchat last night, actually, where I said I feel like sometimes I'm about to sit an exam when I kind of turn the camera on. And some of this I do to myself because I don't do any prep work for my videos. I literally just kind of push record on the camera and I start talking. I say whatever comes into my head. I don't have any kind of practice. I just wing the whole thing. So when I'm kind of setting up to do a video, there's that kind of apprehension and that maybe the video, people might not like it. And I really struggle to kind of keep myself motivated. And the biggest motivator, honestly, is when I don't upload, people will comment saying, "Hey, where's the video? Where's the video? I haven't slept in like so long, and what the hell? Come on, man!" Like in a kind of friendly way. But I really take that to heart, I guess. And it's I try to kind of visualize that every time I release a video, it might be helping. Let's just say 20 or 30 something thousand people are going to click it and listen to it. And could you imagine if you knew someone that said, 30,000 people yesterday, but I couldn't be bothered? You're like, what the hell are you talking about? So come on, man. It's an hour of your life. Give it up and get it done. Yeah. So I try to kind of use that as a motivator. And it can be difficult because it's difficult to realize 30,000 people. But that's what I do. It's really just because it keeps helping people. And I'm in a very fortunate position that I've kind of now got any site, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. If it's 10, 20, 1,000, it doesn't matter. If you have people that want to see your content that you can help, I think you should consider yourself very fortunate. And of course, there's the monetary side as well, but probably my focus is just helping people. That's how it started.
Absolutely.
We have
go ahead,
question
Chris.
from Josh Silver. By the way, Raven is doing a great job today, you guys.
Thank you.
There's no way this is Raven first.
I'm just genuinely curious.
She's doing so good. Like, I've had to do nothing this entire interview. I love it. I'm so happy.
Well, technically, Raven's your work. You were the one who chose Raven to kind of be part of this, so it reflects well on you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Josh Silver, friend of the show,
nice guy.
And just a swell guy. Like, we love Josh. He writes, if you were abandoned on a desert island and could only take 5 of your favorite albums with you, which would they be?
Ooh.
Dios mío. Okay, 5. All right, first one probably would be Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park. That's one of my favorite albums.
Oh, I love that.
really good album.
That's a good choice.
This is so difficult. Auridometry by a band called Muse, a British band called Muse.
I know Muse. Yeah, they're great.
Muse. I've been listening to Muse for a very, very long time. An unknown band that nobody's really heard of music anymore called JJ72. It's a self-titled first album, which I definitely love listening to that. A band called Placebo, an album called Meds. Take that. What is that? 4? 3? 4? I'm at?
That's 4.
50. There's too many. Probably something by... I really am a huge fan of a band called Nightwish. Probably maybe Nightwish's first album. Wishmaster. Yeah, we'll go for Nightwish album.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So what's your favorite genre?
I honestly I don't have one. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Like if you were to kind of watch my YouTube history, it can go from something like Rihanna to Keane to Limp Bizkit, old school, to Linkin Park to Drake. Huge Eminem fan as well. Actually, maybe I'd take Eminem albums. Any of the Eminem albums actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't.
You gotta ask Raven. Like any random Biggie lyric.
Really?
And then she can finish it.
I wouldn't say anyone, but a good amount of lyrics.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
Biggie was
I love
freestyle. There's a freestyle with Tupac and Biggie and Funkmaster Flex. It's absolutely, I think it's always on my playlist.
Oh, that's so cool.
It starts up with where Brooklyn at. I forget what the actual YouTube track is called, but yeah, I'm a huge Tupac fan as well. My music taste is honestly all over the place. It's all over the place.
Yeah, me too. But it's hard because if somebody were to ask me this question, I'd be like, okay, I would take the 4 Ariana Grande albums and 1 The Weeknd album, and then that's it. I'm good. Like I love all kinds of music. I have a wide range of music that I love, but I do have my favorites, and I can't help myself. So
you don't need to though, right? It's your choice, and you can listen to whatever the hell you want.
That's right.
And
I'm DJ.
Ariana Grande has an voice, right? Absolutely amazing voice.
Oh my god,
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say anything bad about Ariana Grande in Raven's presence.
I don't think
She's
there's
my
much bad to
future
say
wife.
about it, right?
No, there's not.
Seems pretty wholesome.
So she's I mean, this new album is it's very sex positive. I like because I think that it's time for that, and she does a beautiful way of segueing. I mean, if you look at Miley Cyrus and her transition into like, hey, I'm an adult, that was
flip
really
of a coin,
drastic. Yeah,
exactly.
Ariana Grande, that too. But Ari has just done a beautiful job of going from a teen star to this beautiful
woman
icon.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree. It's like a far more accessible transition. It was far kind of less, oh my god, what the hell have you done? To transitioning with class is probably the easiest way of describing it.
I mean, she did go out and lick a bunch of donuts.
Yeah, well, I guess she was like just coming off of anesthesia from that, and like that's what they said anyway. That could be total BS, but that's what they said. I don't know. I mean, the other thing is that she's vegan too, so I feel like that may have been the case because she is vegan and she is very passionate about it. So, I mean, maybe they were vegan donuts. I don't know. I like vegan donuts. They could absolutely, especially since she was in LA at the time, there are a lot of places with vegan donuts
Who provide that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you never know. I don't know. She also shouted that she hates America and she hates Americans in that donut place. So, I really don't, I mean, that's not like her. So, who knows? Maybe she was going through something.
I think, we maybe all have moments where we kind of have kind of what we call intrusive thoughts. And unfortunately, when you're literally under the spotlight that she is, every time, we can take ourselves away to a place and relax and chill out. She probably doesn't really have private space. The media has access to pretty much every kind of aspect of a celebrity's life now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So again, it's so intrusive in itself.
She's very connected with her fans, and I don't know if you follow her on Twitter, but she is constantly just like talking to people on Twitter, and that must be so hard to sift through all those
to maintain. Yeah, I mean, I even struggle with that with a fraction of the amount of comments on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I can't imagine the dedication that must take. Just pure love for her fans, I think. Absolute pure love.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I just started, so as you know, I don't my following isn't that big right now, so it's still in that stage like make or break. And
cool,
I've been live streaming. I did I want to say my 5th or 6th live stream last night, and I kind of noticed the comments getting a little bit quicker, and so I'm like, okay, I really have to work to kind of
for sure.
keep up. And I've had this kind of, people have said like, oh, I really like that you try to comment, and like I really do, because I just
They're
genuinely,
meaningful, right?
exactly. Like people are taking the time, and like, I mean, unless like there are some people who come in and they're like, what is this? Why are you whispering? Do you get a lot of that on your channel? I feel like I get a lot of that.
For some reason, I'm maybe too specific with my tags, but I've never, maybe with the exception of maybe 2 or 3, all the thousands of comments, I very, very rarely get, to the point I would say I would never get comments saying, what is this? What am I watching?
Yeah.
They all seem to be kind of fairly well educated and kind of experienced with ASMR.
That's good.
And
Maybe I should reevaluate my tags.
And just kind of in regards to that point about kind of growing, when I was first on the Dirty Nerdy show, I think I'd been creating for about 6 months, which I think is a similar time frame to you.
Yep.
And I had a couple of thousand subscribers, probably very similar to you. And here I am like a year later, and I'm at like 57, 58,000.
Yeah.
So it's really just once you find kind of your thing that people think, oh my God, yes, this is what I want to see, and then you kind of build from there. So for me, I didn't start out doing purely role plays. I started doing everything, and I noticed that my role plays had huge numbers comparatively speaking to my other kind of content. So I focused on that because that's what people want to see, and I became a role play channel because of that.
That's cool.
That's
really cool.
That's a great way to segue into one of our fan questions. Night Blossom wrote a question for you, and if I didn't read her question on an Articulate Design video, she would lose her shit, because Matt, you remember the day that she met you, right?
That was
was she a big fan? She a big fan?
Oh, dude, Raven, my God.
Tell me all about it.
Let me tell you, girl. All right. So we're in Discord, right?
Bright red on it.
I'm like, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Night Blossom, but I'm not. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'll be sorry for you. Night Blossom, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're in like Discord, and she's like talking about Matt and how he's like one of her like favorite ASM artists and such an inspiration. And she didn't know that I had just interviewed him like 2 days before, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, I know him. You want me to go get him? And she's like, you don't know him. Shut up. Quit lying. Why are you trying to play like that? Boy, you need to stop playing. And I was like, no, hold on. So I shot him a DM on Twitter, and I'm like, hey, yo, Matt, I want you to come meet my friend. She's a really big fan of yours. She doesn't believe that I know you. Matt he said, all right, well, I'm on my way home from work. So like he comes home, pops into the Discord, pops into VC. He says something. Night Blossom shuts up.
Just for a little bit of context, I honestly don't personally think that I have a single fan in the world. I might have subscribers, people that like ASMR, but that's not something I could ever wrap my head around. I've never once said I have fans, or just I have people that like watching ASMR and they might like listening to my content. But the word fan seems to me like reserved exclusively for like music artists or actors. It seems very, very unusual and strange to have kind of my name or my
I know what you're getting at. I mean, like,
I don't know.
And think like to that, what that a year ago you said, it's like, you know, at that point you were kind of still technically a smaller channel. Exactly. And it's so cool to still have people admire your work when you're
regardless
not,
of the size.
You know, 20,000 subscribers. Like, I think that's so cool. People take you seriously.
For sure. You know? And that again is one of the absolute benefits of ASMR, that people, and there are a lot of people that like channels more so when they're small before they get too large. And I used to get a lot of comments saying, I really love that you're only like kind of 2 or 3, and I say only because 2,000 or 3,000 people is still a truckload of people.
It is.
And there are, I think, like 80-something% of YouTube channels never get more than like 50 or 60 views, you know, per video. So by the average, you're still doing really well. So I don't want to say it anybody, but there's definitely a pocket of people that prefer channels when they're smaller and they feel like they're more accessible and they're more personal to them. But yeah, as you said, it's incredible that people can get so passionate regardless of your channel size. It's really, really nice.
I feel like it's almost hard to when you look at like, these bigger channels, they're the ones who they're going to find first. And it's like, I love finding little diamonds in the rough. Like,
that's exactly what they are.
So, yeah, it is.
And that's something that for anybody starting out with any kind of content, really try not to get discouraged when you work on something that you feels like it's really, really good and you think, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm out of this. And then it gets like a fraction of the views that you were secretly hoping it might.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't let it discourage you because you never know what's around the corner. Anything can change.
And you never know who's watching also.
That's very true.
There have been many times, everybody knows I'm very good friends with Seafoam Kitten. She will like DM me like the most like random like new
obscure channels, yeah.
Yeah, like the new ASM artist that has like 50 subscribers.
Yeah.
and she's watching like
yeah,
artists
a lot,
that are
actually.
watching these, you know.
Yeah. I remember I think I was at like 1,500 subscribers and GB commented on one of my videos.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, that's GB ASMR, are you serious?
Yeah.
And then you look at like your subscriber list and there's like GB and Taylor and everyone else. You're like, Jesus. And these people don't discriminate on channels. They just view for the content.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You know what? Privy, Lauren, she prefers lo-fi. Like that's her thing.
Exactly, yeah. Doesn't want the high production value. They want that kind of intimacy. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I just think it really is all about preference. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, this person's legit because they have 400,000 subscribers. Like,
exactly.
It's so cool, and that's why I think it's like odd intimate. Like I said, it's
absolutely. I absolutely agree, and I think that's incredible. I said anyone that's considering, please just go and do it. Yeah. Connect with people, interact with people, and just enjoy the experience because that's what life is. It's just a series of experiences, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I didn't regret starting my channel for it, and I always encourage people to do it if they want to do it because you never know what can come of it. It's
exactly, amazing. And it kind of has this huge impact and sway. I mean, I wouldn't be stood here now doing this interview if I hadn't started ASMR. I would never have met either of you two. And 1,000 other people. My life's on an entirely different, it jumped tracks when I started doing ASMR. And I think, again, it's very, very beautiful that something as subtle as that can just have this huge impact and sway on what you're doing day to day. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. People are asking, like, oh, this is like a nerdy channel. So, like, do you play video games? Tell us about your nerdy side.
Video games. I have an unhealthy addiction with video games.
Do you?
More so, okay, so I've been in long-term relationships most of my adult life, and my gaming time was quite kind of limited when you have a partner, especially if you live with them, it just doesn't work, especially if they're not a gamer. I've never been lucky enough to date a gamer, really. So when I broke up, I kind of fell back in love with my gaming and having that freedom to game. So when I come home from work, I make some food and I'm on Hearthstone or Overwatch or I'm just World War I've got back into. I'm gaming all the time. Honestly, every day I'm either traveling or gaming ASMR. Or seeing something. That's all I do in my life. And for me, I am the happiest dude on the planet. Honestly.
That's awesome. No, that's great to hear. That's super cool. I don't play video games, but now that I'm getting into more the online side, YouTube and stuff, people are like, "Do you game?" And I'm like, "No,
not
should
yet.
I be? Like, should I try it? Like, I don't know." It's
honestly, Twitch streaming is again just kind of the gaming aside, doing it on just game and do it on Twitch, and again you can meet loads of people and make truckloads of money. Like, let's be serious, make truckloads of money. You can make a really, really, really good living doing this stuff.
It's
and
crazy.
You're doing something you enjoy. So it's a dream job.
It really is. And you know what? Kind of funny because I've been doing ASMR for a few months now, and I lived the majority of the time that I've been doing ASMR. I lived with 3 guys. One of them was on Twitch, and he was just starting out. So he was like, "How do you get your build up?" And I'm like, "Well, it's a little bit. YouTube's different. Like, I don't really know Twitch that well. So you just have to be consistent, and people will find you and follow you.
Be consistent and just give people they want to come back and see." And then every time you do that, Twitch will probably show you to a few more people, and then if they stick around, build from there, right? But again, I'm not a Twitch expert.
But it was hard because, Twitch, like, especially when you're watching, like, people playing video games on Twitch, they're loud and they're funny, engaged, where
completely different market. Very abrasive and very loud.
So, yeah, he's like, trying to stream, and I'm trying to like make a video, and I can't make a video because he's yelling, and it's like, no, seriously, I'm like, oh my god, relax. But like, I don't know.
I got 4 kills. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, and he bought a Rode NT1A for streaming. Yeah, I mean the dude like he's single. He doesn't have to pay much for rent at all, and he's a Marine. He's a little bachelor, you know. But the thing is though is that he spends his money. He just spends it, and so he bought this mic, and he was like, "I'm not ready to use it. Do you want to try it?" And I was like, Yes. So I got it, and I tried it out, and I was like, freaking amazing. Like, I need to get myself one of these. But before I got to make a video, okay, I'm ready to use it. Can I have it back now? And I'm like,
nope. What mic?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
No, right? I'm like, oh, I lost it. Sorry. No, but seriously, like, I was like, damn it. But yeah, have you ever, you said you don't do Twitch. Have you ever thought about it?
I haven't even live streamed yet, and I keep telling myself I'm going to live stream just even on YouTube, and I keep meaning to, and a lot of people keep asking me to do it, and I have no reason not to other than, okay, so when I'm in work, I'm like this super motivated, kind of switched on dude, but outside of work, I'm the least on the planet. Like I can't kind of, I haven't found the motivation to do it yet. And I think it's one of these things that if I did it once, I probably would really like it and do it more because I love talking to people. And this, again, is a huge kind of contradiction because in real life, I'm a huge introvert. Again, if you saw me at work, I look like I'm loud and having fun and whatever. But inside, I'm like, please, I want to go home and be alone. But when I'm online, you know, when you're online, you can choose that level of engagement. So you can be as communicative as you like. And interact as much as you want to. You can just step away from your computer or whatever it is. You know, you can't do that in real life. So I definitely should start.
Speaking of introvert, GP wrote a question. You guys, we gotta answer GP's question.
Of course.
GP says, Matt, I can only imagine.
Oh boy!
You have to swat away female viewers, but how do you deal with straight male viewers that swoon at your voice in every video?
Did he say this straight male?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just there's a few things I need to address here. For anyone that hasn't already, go and listen to GP's Dirty Nerdy Show interview because it is. It's like an emotional roller coaster for both Chris and GP. Oh. It's a really, really beautiful piece of content as far as I'm concerned, and it kind of got me reinvigorated. I went back into the Discord. I didn't leave it, but I relaunched Discord and went and chatted on the Dirty Nerdy Show and kind of got talking to people. But go ahead and listen to that before anything else. Abandon my interview. His is way more interesting. And to answer his question, bring it on, man. I don't care what your sexual preference is. Any kind of helpful or positive comment is welcomed. And it's on a more serious note, though, regardless of sexual preference, the amount of emails that I'm sure a lot of other people have had. No, but this is quite a little bit dark. The amount of email gets all sorts of, some really positive, some really happy, and some of them have been quite dark and have said, listen, you know, I've been at a really difficult time in my life and your videos have came along. And I had one guy that had written out a suicide note. Oh. And he said he planned how he was going to kill himself and everything. And he said, you released a video and he said, honestly, he said, your notification saved my life. He said, I was literally like 6 minutes from killing myself.
That is so powerful.
And reading that, it's like, oh my God, like I might have just saved a life. Are you serious? So again, all I can come back to is please, if you're considering creating content, do it. And kind of note into this, if you are struggling from any kind of mental health, if you have any kind of intrusive thought to somebody about, please suffer alone. Yeah. I know that wasn't his question. Sorry, I don't know where that came from, but I want to mention it.
No, that's absolutely worth mentioning. I mean, that's amazing. So, thank you for that.
What are your future plans for the channel? Now that you've grown, you're like this massive ASM artist now.
Still very.
It's only up from here. It's only up.
Like you're up there on the Mount Rushmore of ASMR. So like, what else is there to do?
See, this is why you get all the ladies. You're such a charmer, man, honestly. What are my plans? I mean, I plan for a living, so I try almost like not to plan my kind of personal life.
Yeah.
But to try and improve my consistency to really, and it's only one video a week, it's not a tall order, to make sure I get at least one video out a week, maybe even one day extend it to two. I'm probably pipe dreaming now. Definitely live stream, not too distant future. And you know what? I have all the YouTube money I've earned I've had it sitting, and I actually gave a lot of it to my sister
Wow.
for a business venture. I just sat there doing nothing,
Wow.
and I've considered giving it to charity. I've considered all sorts of things. I don't really need it. It's just sat there, and
Yeah.
so I thought about maybe buying a couple of new microphones, buying like a whole new setup, and so maybe a new camera, new microphones. I mean, I only use a Blue Yeti, but I don't have any
Yeah.
problems with it. You know, it doesn't do me, and because I'm not really doing trigger-based roles, I don't
Right.
need a 3D or something like that. So, but two of the NT ones for sure, kind of side by side, sounded
Yeah.
amazing. So definitely
would-
kind
it
of
would be so
improve the
cool.
production value too. Yeah, exactly. So who knows? You know, who knows? Just and more consistent, I suppose.
I will say on the live streaming, I was super nervous, and obviously, you know, I don't have you've got like your live stream would be crazy. Like, it would be super cool because you've got like loads of people who you can interact with. When I first live streamed, I was like kind of nervous,
to your
but like
cat. Okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
like after I live streamed that first time, I was like, this is so much fun. And have a friend who's got a lot of subscribers, like I said, and
What's his name?
he
How do you know it was a him, Chris? What gave you that?
yeah, goodness, this
What's
person.
their name?
Did they dream a lot?
Raven?
This person was like, he's like, I only did like, I've only done 3 live streams, and I'm like, you've been doing ASMR for almost, like, you've been doing ASMR for a long time. I've only live streamed 3 times, and like, why? And you know, he's like, I actually had a lot of fun this time. I think you could really, really have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, you just got to do that initial one.
Do the first one, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Sure.
from there, I mean, it's really fun. I really recommend it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
You should do it. We should play like
We'll be
Fortnite
there.
one night.
Thank you. You'll be the only 2 that are there. So, hi, fancy seeing you here.
We'll get everybody. We'll get GB and all of them.
GB was moaning at me to do one as well, actually. She said, listen, sort it out. I'll come moderate for you. Do it because it would be amazing. You'll really like it. And everyone said the same thing. You know, you really should.
He's a good mod too. He's really good at being a mod. He takes it very seriously, and he is quick to.
Oh,
flip
sorry.
that-
I said GB,
Oh,
not
G-
GB.
Oh my
How
God.
confusing are they, right? How confusing are they?
No, you.
I
gotta-
would be equally as honored to have GP as I would with GB. So
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of so I had Frivy be a moderator for one of my live streams. She takes it very seriously. So I think GB would probably take it seriously too, because you know they get right on it. They don't have the patience for the crap comments, you know. So
that's something that is
I contribute.
maybe
crap
kind of
comments.
not spoken about enough. That
Yeah.
how dedicated. And though in the case those 2 women are, you know, I know that they have a very kind of easygoing to very kind of funny. Privy is kind of very open and emotional, but these 2 girls have the work ethic like you couldn't believe. Like, and I mean, look at GB releasing 3 videos for an entire year. I think missing one on one occasion. It's pure dedication. It's hard work, and they treat it as a full-time job, and they kick ass. So I think that's huge respect to people that are doing this job and they take that commitment seriously.
yeah, and that's something that, you know, especially for younger people. I mean, that's so refreshing to see.
It's inspirational.
Like, it is. I think I've seen like a few YouTubers who've been like, you know, teenagers, and they know their stuff, and it's so cool. Like, they're making a business for themselves. They're setting the path for their entire life, and that is
Entrepreneurial,
so
exactly.
cool.
It's amazing, and that's the opportunity that sits at the feet of everybody. Everybody can has the opportunity to do this. Go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
It sits at my wheels, probably, would be more accurate.
Yeah, well, at least you're taking advantage of it. And people just kind of are like, nah, it won't work, you know. And back to the
Too much
law of
effort,
attraction thing, like they think it won't work, so it won't work. And
that's if you think it doesn't happen. Exactly.
it's just all about taking that first leap, and it's yeah.
Let me think about taking a jog, Raven. See how well that works for me.
I'll carry you on my shoulders. There we go. You're doing it.
There we go.
Yes.
See?
There we go. I'll carry you on my shoulders.
You carry both of us.
Yeah, you know, I'll have one on my right shoulder, one on my left, and I'll freaking run. Like,
I want to see Raven try and pick me up. That would be hilarious. to me.
I think a lot of people, like, because, okay, so, you know, you only see me through a screen, so a lot of people don't know my actual size. Like, I'm quite tall, But then you look at me and I'm like, my head is small, like like it's weird. Like people don't know, and I'm just like, oh, people are like, how tall are you? Like I imagine you're really tall, and I'm like, I'm average height, but no.
She's got really long legs though, so it's like.
No, I do. It's true. It's kind of funny because people are like, oh, like I think you're like 5'8". I'm like, no, I'm only 5'6". But
She's
then
like
again,
small body, tall, like all leg.
thank you. I
Like
guess
it's okay that my legs don't work because the co-host has all legs here, so it's fine.
I've got the legs. I've got the
legs
legs.
enough for both of you.
You've got the talent. I've got the legs. And that's all. We're set now. We're set.
We're gonna be millionaires now.
Mm-hmm.
Dream team.
Dream team, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I've really enjoyed this conversation with you. I mean, this is the first time that I'm speaking with you, so I
yeah.
I've
Again, this is
enjoyed
another
it.
perfect example of ASMR kind of opening opportunities and introducing you to new people. Even if you're introverted as hell, so many people. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to be an extrovert, and then I switched high schools and became an introvert, and now I'm out of that. I'm
Do
going
whatever you want to be.
and I love that. I love having a platform to do that on. So
Sure.
it's just I'm very grateful, and I'm sure you know exactly what that's like. So
Absolutely. Every day, honestly. And thank you so much to both of you for having me on again. So it really is. It's an honor.
Anytime you ever want to come
Absolutely.
on the show,
just hang out.
just hang out with us. We're here. We're always around.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, Raven, since this is your episode, do you want to do the outro? Do you want to like? I'm gonna let
No
you
pressure.
come up with your own outro, and
Oh,
then
goodness.
On the
Great.
spot, no worries. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't prepared for this. Thank y'all for watching. I mean, listening.
Something.
We really do appreciate you being here. I appreciate it. This is, like you said, my first interview, so let me know how I did. If you didn't like it, if you did, what I can do better. Share it on social media, subscribe, all that
Throw
good
it up
stuff.
on Reddit, you guys.
Yeah, throw it up. I mean, just share it if you really liked it. Tell us who you want us to interview. I mean, we can try them on. I want to go after those big fish,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, Matt. We appreciate it, and definitely chat again soon, very soon.
Absolutely.
So- Absolutely.
Do that.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Well,
guys,
you take the reins from here.
guys.
You both know, by the way. And Raven, considering this is your first interview, it's
Yeah.
I imagine everyone's thinking the same thing. There's no way you haven't done this before. Are you lying? Or did you do this as like a sidekick or
I
something?
promise. I promise I'm not lying. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
This was the best. Matt, you're just amazing as always. A true
You
gentleman.
guys make it very easy.
and
A
great
true
friend.
gentleman. Hmm.
And we appreciate you. So thank you again for coming back on our little show because you didn't have.
Yeah.
I wanted to, honestly. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. Congrats to Raven for killing it today.
Thank you.
Absolutely destroying it. Just setting the bar way high. She's gonna elevate what I do. That's the whole idea of having
team,
a
right?
new host.
Elevate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna push each other higher and higher.
And we're gonna push Matt to do a live stream, and we're gonna be there, and it's gonna be
You're
fun.
dang right.
Gonna be
But-
fun.
But guys, listen. Here's what we need you to do. We need you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have Patreon. It's on the channel somewhere. You can find it. If you want to be in that, you can do that. But yeah, we're gonna be revamping that very soon. But yeah, guys, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Hit the bell. That's a thing that people say now, right?
Yep, hit that bell. Hit that
Hit
bell
it.
when you want to get notified
All
for.
notifications on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Bye.
with that in mind, guys, thank you so much for listening today to Raven and I doing our first episode together. Thank you for listening, and go subscribe to Articulate Design because he's super dope. Guys, this is the Dirty Nerdy Show. I'm Christopher Not Walking. That's Busy Bee, Articulate Design, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Yeah. I took an edible in the middle.